Get ready with me for a festival while I tell you about how me and all my friends camped during our GCSE summer without an adult. I've lost my headband and I don't have any clips, so my hair is just going to have to be in the way, so please ignore that. But everyone seemed to really enjoy my series of videos I made about our trip. And I got a lot of messages on TikTok and Instagram about how we did it, so I'm going to just tell you everything. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking, I just used these two. But obviously everyone's going to want to know where we stayed. So we were at Newgale campsite, which we booked back in December. We stayed for 5 nights, 6 days, and it cost us £50 each. And I think that that's a really good amount of time to go, especially if you and your friends get on. But yeah, it's a very good campsite, and we saw quite a few other groups of like leavers there. Obviously, if you were planning to go there, you could look this up online, but they also have like charging ports, and the showers are really clean, and there's like a pub right next door. And then obviously, as you could see on my TikTok, a beach over the road. That's all very easy to book and sort out. However, I'm not going to lie to you, all the other stuff is very stressful. So now I'm going to explain transport, getting there and getting back, and transport while you're camping. So getting there, obviously, if you are planning on doing this during GCSE summer, you're not going to be able to drive. And if you do plan on going somewhere in Wales or Newgale or something, it's probably going to be quite a bit of a drive. So even though you could get a coach, which is what most of us did, the coach was, I think, anyway, the coach was £18 for one way for each of us. Like, I think you'll underestimate how much stuff you need to take, and that's what we did. We didn't like realise how much bags we were going to need. So, if you could do this, one of the dads of someone in my group offered to drive 4 of us in the morning. They took tents, food, crates, chairs, bedding, everything. So then us on the coach only had to take the like our bags. And also that meant that when we got there late in the evening, because that was another issue, the only coach we could get wouldn't arrive until like 8, and then we had to get a taxi. They'd made us food and all the tents were set up, and I think it was a lot less stressful to only have 4 people setting up the tents rather than the whole group. We were very lucky on the way back because we hired a minivan that I think the parents paid for, that one of the dads offered to drive there, pick us all up and drive us home. However, getting a coach is still a good idea. You can pay for extra bagging area, but just don't, like, no one realises how much you're going to need to take. Okay, now onto food. We spent £200 on food, but because there was 12 of us, it ended up being £18 each. We went to Lidl, where it's the cheapest, and bought so much, which was very good. We ate like basically everything apart from like the excessive amount of tins and pasta we got. We also bought loads of crates of cans of things and just loads of food. So really recommend doing a big shop and splitting the price, and we did the same thing for the drink, like the proper drink. And that ended up being £13 each. So overall on actual camping and then food and drink, we spent less than £100. Once we were there, we did spend a little bit more, however, because obviously no car. The buses ranged from about £3 to £6 for a return ticket, and that was for journeys for around 30 minutes to an hour and a half. The buses were extremely accessible though, so I recommend wherever you go making sure that there is a bus station or an opportunity to get a bus nearby, because you'll definitely want to go out. Like, I think some of the best days we had as a group were when we went out on the bus. This video is getting very long, so I do apologise, but I'm just trying to cover everything everyone asked me. We made sure everyone had money on their card and cash. We ate out 2 nights. We got from the pizza van that's on site one night, and then we got takeaway the other night. Other than that, we decided everyone eats dinner together, and then people can do what they want for breakfast and lunch and snacks from all the food that was in the Bell tent. I know not everyone would be able to do this, but I think it is a really good idea to take a spare tent, because it's really good to have that area for people to go if it was too cold, and to store all of our food and drink. You're going to need to sort out gas and take loads of warm clothes, because it got very windy and very cold, and I'd packed as if I was going on some like summer holiday. Yeah, I made it sound really stressful then. It's definitely stressful planning for it, but it's amazing and you can definitely do it at our age. It was honestly one of the best weeks ever, and it was just like so much better than everyone anticipated. But yeah, if you have any other questions, just let me know and I will answer them. This has been a very long video, but I need to finish getting ready and get changed and do my hair and stuff. But yeah, thank you everyone for all the love on all the camping videos I made.